What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hamlin, aka the Laptop Legend, and in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the best stocks that you need to be looking into buying tomorrow because they are absolutely going crazy. We got a lot of catalysts on these things, and they are going through the roof. Now, you've probably already heard of a couple stocks I'm gonna be talking about. TSNP in particular today had some crazy catalysts. You know, we just had the earnings investor call on Friday. So typically speaking, you know, I was expecting some type of sell-off. We saw a little bit towards the end of the day, and I was gonna be expecting another one on Monday, hopefully to get a better price so I can hold this thing long-term. But we had some tweets from one member of the Backstreet Boys talking about TSNP and Humble Pay. So potentially that could be a catalyst that we did not foresee and could cause this thing to continue to keep breaking out to new highs. So gonna be talking about that today, as well as some other stocks you really need to be watching because, man, like I said, they're going through the roof and you do not want to miss this. So let's dive into my computer and let's talk about the charts. All right, guys, so I'm here on my computer and this is the chart for TSNP, and my goodness, it is beautiful. You can see here, anytime we get a bunch of red candles in a row, we get a little bounce. A bunch of red candles in a row, we get a little bounce. That's a fat red candle. I could not get executed on this bounce, but it bounced there. And a bunch of red candles in a row, we get a nice bounce. So again, this is what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow on TSNP, just because at this point, I feel like there could still be a little bit more of a pullback, and you know, maybe I'm just underestimating how hard this stock is gonna go, but I feel like there's still very much in the development stage and there's still a lot to come. And because of that, I feel like there could be a little bit of a sell-off. In the meantime, again, this is what happened between, you know, the last earnings calls. There was a little dip, and then it went back up and broke out to all new highs. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, you know, a little type of dip in here, which is why I'm not at the point where I'm holding this long term just yet, because I would like to get a better price. If we can get down in this 20-cent area, under 20 cents, I'm probably gonna be loading up because I expect this to be pretty decent support. Anything under 10 cents is a gift from, I don't want to get religious here, but a gift from somebody up there. So if we get under 10 cents, absolutely load this thing up. Under 20 cents, I'm definitely gonna be buying some for the long term. But here's the catalyst I want to show you guys. You can see here, Nick Carter, 1/5 of the Backstreet Boys, 670,000 followers on Twitter, and he's here tweeting about this company. He's here tweeting about Humble Pay. We have so many fans all over the world. I have been really interested lately in things that will help bring us all together. Check this out. And I mean, you know, he's talking about it. He's promoting it a little bit. So I'm not sure what effect this is going to have, but I mean, there's definitely some new eyes that are on this stock, and they got recognized by Humble Pay on the actual official Twitter account. Thanks for the shout out, Nick. And you know, we'll see what effect this has. Maybe this pushes it a little bit higher, and then because of that, we get a bigger dip that is gonna give a better dip buy. You know, maybe that's gonna happen. So I'm not sure, but definitely have that on your radar and be aware that this is going to be a factor moving forward with this stock. OZSC, this thing had a beautiful dip buy right here towards the end of the day, and this one is pushing really high, man. It broke out past this level here, the 6.5 cent area, and man, it could keep ripping, or you know, we could see a really nice morning panic, because this has some really good dip buys as well. If I go here, you can't really tell super well, but I mean, that's a big red candle and that's a huge wick, so I mean, boom boom, that's a nice one. If we go back a little bit longer, let me move. I guess you can't see with just the daily chart if one candlestick is daily, but trust me, there's a lot of really good dip buys on this. So if it continues to break out to new highs and we have like sell-offs in the morning, be looking for the dip buys on this because it's going to be absolutely insane. You could probably also long this one. I haven't done the research too much on the fundamentals of this stock, but again, it's like electric vehicle charging solutions. So anything electric vehicle related, because how crazy Tesla is going right now, anything electric vehicle related is going insane. So this could definitely keep running. I could see this easily over 10 cents, maybe over 20 cents, who knows? So for me, the safest play on this is buying the dips, just because that's the best risk to reward. But if you feel comfortable long in this, absolutely go for it. MITI. Yeah, this one, you can see I'm still holding 50,000 shares. I loaded up on this dip here, and I called that out in the Discord, by the way, exactly when I was loading up. And at this point, man, if we get more dips, I am throwing more money at this thing, because I am very optimistic for the outlook of this company in the future. If you haven't seen my other videos about MITI, definitely do your research. The fundamentals on this one are absolutely insane. We got some great news that came out, and I expect some more good news to continue to come out. So that's all I'm gonna say on this one. If we get any dips, they are sent from up above. That is all I'm saying. So look for that. I'm holding this one long term. Absolutely fire. GEVO. This is one that you can see here, it had a U-shaped breakout and then held its gains right into close and then continued spiking in after hours. So this one could absolutely go crazy. If it breaks above that 1168 mark, you can see it's very near there. So depending on what it does in pre-market tomorrow, if it breaks above that, you could definitely look to buy that breakout. Just make sure you have good risk because this thing could continue running. And yeah, just have it on your watch list, man. OPTT. This is one that if you go back and look at the 1 month chart, this had a nice breakout past this level, ripped on through, increasing volume. So if it continues to run, man, you can buy the breakout. At this point, for me, this is again probably an area where I don't feel comfortable because I don't know enough about the fundamentals of the company to put money in this and just park it there. So I'll just be looking for dip buys on this one, man, because once things get up that high, you know, they tend to fall back down, at least for a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for on this one. But if you guys know enough about the company, you know, you feel comfortable doing your research on this to hold it long term, absolutely go for it. Because you can see here, I mean, it broke out over this level. It couldn't close over that level this day, even though it got over it. But here, it just absolutely ripped through it and closed right at the high of the day. And normally that's a pretty good sign. So this honestly would have probably been a good overnight long if I had to guess. But, you know, I guess we'll see what it does in pre-market tomorrow. But definitely have it on your watch list. EXPR. This bad boy spiked up right into close. I think it was, yeah, they announced, I'm not even sure. See, that's what's weird, man. Sometimes you get stocks that just spike right. Maybe I'm missing some news on this one. If you know the news, definitely comment it down below. But I mean, it just out of the blue started spiking right into close, continued in after hours, and held those gains pretty darn well. So this one could definitely continue. I mean, there is some overhead resistance, I would say. Let's see. Yeah, so it's at 230 right now. 230 is like right there. So if we draw a line, you know, just look at the chart. Where has it bounced before? So I mean, potentially you could see some resistance in this area, or potentially up here in the 350 area. So I mean, if it breaks past this area, 270s, 280s, I mean, it could easily break 3 and test 350. So I don't know how high this one is going to run, but definitely have this on your watch list because this is one of those volatile ones that could definitely go pretty hard. BIOL, this was actually a decent swing trade. But this one it's just been kind of chopping up, but grinding higher. So it spiked really hard in after hours and then came back down. So if this one continues to run, absolutely look into this stock. And that's all I'm going to say on this one. But you can see, look out for this level right here, 138. That's a very important breakout level. 125 is also going to be important. So watch for those key levels. Can definitely buy the breakout on this one as long as you have good risk. Make sure you have good risk. You know, you can risk off of VWAP. You can risk off of previous intraday support, or you can risk off of you know, support on this 3 month chart. So maybe if it breaks out past 138, you can risk off of 125 or something like that. So yeah, that's my plan for this one. Definitely on my watch list. OBLN. This is one, if I go, I believe, to the 3 month chart. Yeah, so this is one that spiked up really hard and then has kind of been consolidating in a tighter and tighter range. So depending on what this does, it could potentially break out, or it could potentially just die and you don't want to touch it. But I mean, spiked up, kind of faded down on this day, and then re-spiked up in pre-market and faded down, but still held these gains higher than this $5 kind of resistance area. So potentially, if it spikes up in pre-market and rips past these highs, that could be a good breakout to buy, or we could get a good U-shaped breakout past these levels at the 750 area. Definitely some resistance there. So be watching out for that. If it breaks 750, that'd be a pretty good sign to long it. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for. On this one, SENS, this is one that had an offering, and you can see what type of effect an offering has on a stock. So, I mean, the stock price spiked up. They announced these offerings. They increased the size of the offerings, and it definitely sends the stock down. Honestly, I am not too sure how to play this stock. Offerings scare me just because the effect that they can have on a stock is drastic. So I don't like chasing stocks after offerings. I don't like dip buying after offerings. So I'm really not sure how to trade this, but I just wanted to put it on your radar, just because it is moving. It really closed, you know, at the high of the day and then spiked up in after hours. So it could continue to keep spiking. RCON. This is one I think there was a lot of people talking about on Twitter, and it did spike up in after hours. If you look at the 1 month chart, I mean, it's at the highs 1 month. If you go here, it had one day where it went crazy gap up and then just completely tanked. So, I mean, it has the potential to spike. It definitely does. In the 250 area. So, I mean, if it breaks out over those levels, maybe it's worth a long. Just don't hold and hope on this, because you can see, I mean, it gets ugly. It gets ugly. And I mean, there's probably a good amount of bag holders based on this chart. So there's probably gonna be a good amount of resistance overhead. So just be careful if you buy any breakouts on this one. BNGO. This stock does not stop, man. It's crazy. They had their offerings that they announced, but their offering is priced at $6 a share. 33 million shares of common stock at $6 a share. I'm not sure if that's already happened or if I just missed the date. Maybe it's happening in the future. But once that happens, I mean, you got to think. They're pricing at $6 a share, and it's trading over $10 a share right now. So to me, that doesn't make a ton of sense. But I mean, it is breaking out, man. It's at highs. It's at highs. For sure, yearly highs. If we go to max, is that max highs? Yeah, I guess the max was $10. I mean, so that's a breakout. That's a $10 breakout. So if this holds over that in pre-market, man, this could definitely continue, but just watch out for more offerings, because this company, if this spikes up to $15, I wouldn't be surprised to see an offering priced at, you know, $12 or something like that, just because they want to keep getting money if this run continues. So be very careful when you're trading this stock, but if it breaks out, we know this thing can continue to run because it has done it. I mean, God, it came from 57 cents, man, and now it's over $10. That's the crazy run that we can see in this market. So definitely be ready for that. SNPW, this one, I mean, it's gone on a crazy run as well. You got to have this on your watch list. Look at all these green days in a row. If it keeps breaking out, man, oof, I don't know. But I mean, that looks like some manipulation to me. Maybe I'm just tripping, but you normally do not get this many green candles in a row. I mean, God, how many is that? I can't even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I count that right? No, that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 green candles in a row. Come on, man. Come on. There's no way. There's no way. So something's a little weird about this stock. And when you see that many in a row, that's when you see these massive panics. And if we saw a bigger sell-off than this, you know, I don't know, down to here or something like that, it would be a really good dip buy. So just be on the lookout for that, because it's coming at some point, man. Stocks do not go up forever. They don't infinitely go up. I mean, 24, that might be the most green candles I've ever seen in a row. Honestly, that's pretty damn impressive. I'm not gonna lie, but this one has to be on your watch list, because we could get a really good panic dip buy on this one. Again, don't just blindly buy this and expect it to keep going up. That would be stupid. You can see how far it's up. It's up from 0.001. So don't be holding and hoping this one, but you know, definitely gonna be some opportunities, because there's volatility, and we can see that here. AZRX. This is, I believe it's one. Yes, this is one I think I talked about in my last video, talking about what stocks to watch, because it spiked up and was here. And I mean, today, or I guess on Friday, it absolutely went crazy. And then, you know, kind of held those gains. I mean, I guess half of those gains. So it could definitely continue to spike up. This one, not super high on the watch list, unless it starts perking up in pre-market and can, you know, test breaking those highs, or at least get back over $2. So if it does that, you know, have it on your watch list. And then here we have the more well-known stocks, the companies you probably actually know. So Gamestop, I made a video specifically about this stock, but it's still holding this squeeze pretty well. And if this continues, man, if it breaks out past these highs here at like 76, I honestly would not be surprised to see this thing hit $100. I really would not be surprised. So it surprised me how well it held these gains, that it didn't break down more than that. So be on the lookout, because this thing could keep running for sure. Wall Street Bets is trying to squeeze those haters out, so be ready for that. Two more stocks that you probably know about. AMC this one I YOLO'd some call options expiring on Friday. I bought them like right here, and I made 100% in like 5 minutes because it spiked up really hard. So that was cool. But this is a stock that's also squeezing, and you can see here. I mean, I alerted this in the Discord as a decent swing trade right around in this area, somewhere in here, and now it's up a ton, man. And I expect this thing to probably continue because to me it feels like a sympathy play to the stock that I literally just showed you guys that now I apparently cannot remember. Wow. All right, I guess that's a brain fart. But all these stocks that are like kind of underperforming as a company, I feel like Wall Street Bets is like trying to squeeze them. So this could potentially keep squeezing in sympathy to GameStop. That's what it is. And yeah, be ready for that. And then the last one that you gotta be watching is BlackBerry, man. This thing went absolutely crazy. Look at that. Huge spike up. Really not much of a panic off of that. And then just continued to uptrend all the rest of after hours. So maybe we get a nice panic on this one. Who knows? But this thing could continue. It could definitely continue. I mean, look where it came from. I think this company actually turned stuff around. But I mean, man, that's up 100% in the last week. So that's crazy. Be watching this one, man. Be watching it. Could definitely continue to squeeze as well in sympathy to GameStop. Man, my brain is not working today. All right, well, that is it. That's all the stocks I have for you guys. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, if you made it to the end, I got my chicken noise for you today. Cock-a-doodle-doo. That's for keeping it real. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, let's grow better together. Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.